as the Grove City College Wolverines host Saint Vincent. Hi, everybody. Ryan Briggs with you here on what can best be described as a rather lousy day in western Pennsylvania, but we've had a good fall. Apparently, at some point, the receipt comes due, and thus we have a windy, cold, damp day here. Of course, the field, artificial turf, it is in excellent shape, but it is wet. Ball could skip at times, and the wind could be a factor. Wind is blowing more or less from right to left here. So, again, something to keep an eye on. You perhaps across the way can see one of the flags anchored to the top of the bleachers. It is Starch, and, of course, off to our left, Old Glory and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania flag. They are both whipping in the wind here at Don Lyle Field. Grove City coming into this one looking to stay atop the President's Athletic Conference. Wolverines are 10-2-2 overall, 7-0-1 in the league. 22 points good for first place. Saint Vincent Bearcats have had a fine year as well under first-year head coach Tyler Gallagher. 10-2-4 overall. 4-1-3 in the PAC. That's good for 15 points. Of course, you get 3 points for a win and 1 for a draw. Grove City, as we said, in first with 22 points. Franciscan second at 19. And then St. Vincent with 15 points, currently in third. So the Bearcats can certainly move up with a win today. And the top two teams get byes into the semifinals of the tournament, which will start on Saturday, November 1st. Grove City can move closer towards clinching home field advantage with a win today, or even a tie certainly would be more to Grove City's benefit than it is to St. Vincent's benefit. Starting lineups being introduced. We can give those to you right now. They are down on the field. St. Vincent, the visiting team, in the black jerseys with gold numbers and letters, black shorts for the Bearcats. In goal, it's Cameron Rock, the senior. And then as we work right to left, it's Ozio Bonola Soriano, Will LeBruno, Cam Mulvaney, Cade Cold-Iron, Jack Billick, Daniel Maddock, Bruno Hurtado, Logan Krempowski, Noah Smith, and Andrew Levush for the Bearcats. Grove City will deploy this starting 11 in goal once again. It's the freshman Keller Krieger. The back four, the outside backs are Theo Campbell and Luke Kimmick. Colton Hudson and Jake Kimmick are the center backs. The midfielders Cam Thomas, the reigning PAC Offensive Player of the Week, Matt Herman and Luke Lattis. And then up front, it's going to be Evan Yoder, Noah Gray, and a late change in the lineup. It's going to be Aiden Eck drawing in at midfielder. So Eck, who's been banged up a little bit by injuries, but had a big role in the win on Saturday over Chatham, he draws back into the starting lineup, and he will be in the midfield position. The officials for this one, Bobby Johnson's your referee. Sean Heilman and Nick Wotan are the assistant referees for this PAC matchup. We'll play two today. The women's match coming up at 7 o'clock tonight here at Don Lyle Field. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and get this one underway. Grove City and St. Vincent, President's Athletic Conference Soccer here on the Wolverine Sports Network. And we are back here at College Field as Don Lyle Field. It used to be College Field. It's been Don Lyle Field for 6 years, but old habits die hard. The weather seemed like it was always like this in October when it was back when we had the grass here. Grove City will go right to left in the first half. The wind will be at Grove City's back. Wolverines are in the white jerseys, red numerals, red trim. Saint Vincent in the black with gold numbers and letters outlined in white. A little bit of green trim sprinkled in for the Bearcats. And Saint Vincent will be kicking off to begin this afternoon's game. And we're underway here at Don Lyle Field. Far side, Luke Kimmick with it for Grove City. Into the middle of the field for Luke Lattis. And a foul is going to be called. Right on the edge of the midfield circle, Grove City will have the free kick just shy of midfield. Near side kick coming up our way here on the second deck. Deflected nicely away from us. And will be Grove City with a throw in just past midfield. Glad you could join us today wherever you are on this Wednesday. Those on the PAC Digital Network, we were a bit late in getting started. We had we had to switch something over, but you did not miss anything. Saint Vincent 4-1-3 in the league. Grove City at 7-0-1 in conference play. We'll talk about the PAC standings, of course, as the day goes on. It is a log jam, certainly in the middle. St. Vincent with a win could certainly escape that log jam, and Grove City continuing to set the pace in the league at 7-0-1, but still some work to do. Aiden Eck left of the box, sends it towards the goal. It goes behind the net, out of play, and it will be a goal kick upcoming for St. Vincent. You no doubt can hear the wind whipping in the background. It is gusting. LeBruno working it ahead, gets it near side to Smith. And Smith has it knocked away by Noah Gray, who's shaken up a little bit. Back towards midfield, and Matt Herman slides in for Grove City to take it away, and here come the Wolverines. Cam Thomas on the near side. Looking for Gray, but a little bit too much on it. Will go beyond the end line, and another goal kick for the St. Vincent Bearcats. Just underway here at College Field. Temperature in the mid-40s, and it feels a lot colder than that. The wind and plenty of moisture in the air. A light rain falling. It is a steady rain. Not a downpour, but it certainly penetrates you. Rock with a goal kick, and that one just hangs up in the wind and takes a right turn out of bounds. The gales of November have come early to Don Lyle Field. Herman with a steal for Grove City. Back to the middle of the field, but an interception by St. Vincent as Bonola Soriano jumped into the passing lane. And Bearcats looking to get into the offensive end, looking for their first real attack of the afternoon. The first 3+ minutes have been played in the St. Vincent defensive end for the most part. Noah Smith, the freshman out of Plum. I'll get it back to the center back for St. Vincent. That's Cam Mulvaney. Now Jake Kimmick, Grove City center back with it. Kimmick with a left-hand strike downfield, but nobody home. And Rock, the St. Vincent goalie, will track it down back on the edge of the box. Midfield with it, Cold Iron. Excuse me, that's Mulvaney for St. Vincent, but he lost it. Cam Thomas has it for the Wolverines. Thomas with a left-hand strike, deflected away by Rock. Second try by Yoder, kicked out of bounds. A nice save, a sliding save by Cameron Rock. Rock with a league-high 5 shutouts, and he keeps Grove City off the board here in the 5th minute, but the Wolverines will have a corner kick opportunity. 2 good opportunities for Grove City, 2 fine saves by Rock. The diving save to his left with both hands, and then using the lower half to deflect Yoder's rebound. Aiden Eck, corner far side. Eck, and the wind catches that one. Headed out of there by St. Vincent. The Bearcats trying to clear it out of there. Maddock in pursuit, and he knocks it out. It'll be Theo Campbell with throw-in for Grove City. Back to Hudson as Grove City resets. 5.5 minutes gone by here in the first half of this PAC matchup. Luke Kimmick right side. Now for Lattice, but it's sent out of there by St. Vincent. Bearcats thwarting that opportunity at least for a moment, and now Yoder can't handle it. Goes out of bounds far side, and a throw-in for St. Vincent that'll be handled by Logan Kremhusky, the outside back on the far side as the Bearcats go left to right. We'll catch up on the PAC scoreboard throughout the day. Full slate of action in the PAC. It's a 12-team league. No open dates in conference play with the even number of teams. So everybody in action, seemingly every match with some implication for one or both teams in terms of the PAC race. Billick with it, trying to send it downfield, looking for a streaking Hurtado, but Jake Kimmick, in the long strides, able to beat him to it. Kimmick at 6'3", almost 6'4", able to get there, but turnover in the Wolverine end. Intercepted by Smith. Smith along the near sideline to Hurtado. And moves it back for Billick on the near side, and kicked away by Lattice. It'll be a Bearcat throw-in on the near side with Will LeBruno to throw it in. Throw in forthcoming, and finally sent in by LeBruno after a couple hesitations. Headed out by Campbell, and Noah Gray will send it cross field from left to right to help snuff out that opportunity. Kimmick will send that one out of bounds, and another throw in for St. Vincent. About 25 yards past midfield far side. Thomas comes out of there with it for Grove City. Deflection by St. Vincent, though, that was Mulvaney lurking and nearly had a golden opportunity. Instead, it's Grove City ball. Campbell lets it go out of bounds off the foot of Mulvaney, and we'll try it again. Throw into Eck. Campbell to midfield, finds Cam Thomas. Now Noah Gray. Over to Harmon, goes crossfield Yoder on the right wing. Been hounded by Kremhusky. Yoder trying to get to the corner. Sends a cross, and that one's off the side of the net. And it's a goal kick upcoming for St. Vincent. Eight and 1/2 minutes gone by in the first half. Glad you could join us today on this Wednesday matinee at Don Lyle Field. Lights are not on yet, but we suspect they'll be on at some juncture here. A cold, damp day. Heard somebody describe it as gross out, and probably a pretty apt description. Again, it's October 22nd in western Pennsylvania. Occasionally you get days like this. And so far it has not affected the game. The wind would be the bigger factor from that as it continues to blow from right to left, although it is tempered a little bit from where it was before the game. Maddock with it for St. Vincent, lost possession, however, and here come the Wolverines. Cam Thomas ahead for Gray, but intercepted by LeBruno. LeBruno on the attack. LeBruno into the center of the field. Finding Maddock, back to LeBruno. Works it right side for Noah Smith. Smith into the middle of the field, deflected out by Hudson, and the Wolverines have it. Colton Hudson, he and Jake Kimmick, what a job they've done as the center backs for the Wolverines this year. Campbell, downfield for Yoder, but it's interrupted by St. Vincent and played back to the goalie, Cameron Rock. Rock again. Downfield, the header goes out of bounds, and it's off of Grove City's Luke Kimmick. St. Vincent will have it. 10 minutes gone by. Throw out the midfield off of St. Vincent. This time Grove City will have it. Kimmick's throw in knocked out of bounds by St. Vincent. Wolverines will try it again, about 20 yards closer to the end line. Kimmick, the right outside back to handle that. Luke Kimmick, 16 career assists now for him. He's moving up the career list at Grove City, 5th all-time in program history. If he gets one today, he'll move into a tie for 4th with a couple of names you'll recognize, especially certainly one now. Kimmick's cross into the box is off of a St. Vincent body part, and Grove City will have its second corner kick of the early going. Kimmick would tie Nate Jones, 05 grad. He was on Grove City's 05 title team. He had 17 assists, as well as a young man by the name of Mike Dreves. He had 17 assists from 1993 to 96. Eck with a corner, and headed out nicely by St. Vincent, but Herman comes up with a strike from the top of the box. That one drifts wide. Good luck for Herman, but it's sliced out, and it will be another Rock goal kick. So those two guys are tied for 4th both years when they were seniors. Mike Dreves in 96, Nate Jones in 05. Wolverines won the PAC. Luke Kimmick would love to have that happen here in his senior year. Camden Thomas into the middle of the field finds Luke Lattis, the sophomore from Parsippany, New Jersey. Try to swing it back near side for Gray, but Gray had cut towards the goal. Pass off the mark, and that opportunity fizzles for the Wolverines. Throw it on the near side. Herman has it for Grove City. Ahead to Lattis. Finds Noah Gray. Gray battling against LeBruno. Gray gets past him. Gray across and sent out of there, but off of the defender. It was a nice job by Levush to get in there, but he tried to clear it, hit a teammate and went out, and Grove City will have its 3rd corner kick of the early going. First one from the near left side. Corner, that one is to the far post, headed away, and a foul will be called on Grove City as well. St. Vincent able to thwart another corner kick opportunity. Wolverines 3 corners so far, but really have not been able to do a whole lot with them. Good defending by the Bearcats in the box. Livish downfield for Maddock. It's out of bounds off of Kimmick of Grove City. St. Vincent will get the throw in. Crowd continues to file in here at Don Lyle Field. Of course, we'll have the women's match at 7 tonight. A lot riding on that one as well between the Grove City and St. Vincent women. Yoder looking to get it back to Luke Kimmick. And then his kick takes a right turn and goes out of bounds. St. Vincent will get the throw in. Looking to get it into Mulvaney, but intercepted. Herman coming out of there with it. Finds Lattis, and now Noah Gray on the left side. Gray, 11 goals this year, 13 goals for the Wolverines. He leads the PAC in that category. 31 points as well. Into the box for Lattis. His effort off the mark. was a good entry, but Lattis unable to finish, and we remain scoreless 14 minutes into this one. The St. Vincent defense has been very good this season. Rock, PAC high, 5 shutouts. His goals against average is .084. Of course, on the Grove City side, Keller Krieger, .062. So both teams have gotten it done defensively, and both teams have gotten excellent play between the pipes. Throw in into the offensive end. Ball pinballing around and collected by Eck. Gets it right to Smith, but he whiffs. And then Smith jockeying with Cam Thomas, knocks him to the wet artificial turf, and Grove City will have a free kick. A dangerous opportunity for the Wolverines here, 15 minutes into this one. And we'll see who takes the corner for the Wolverines. It's going to come from about 25 yards out or thereabouts. See Noah Gray and Aiden Eck both there. They both have demonstrated the ability to put the ball in the net in their careers. And on the run-up, it is Gray, and that one just over the crossbar. A pretty good strike from Noah Gray, but just a little high, and we remain scoreless. Best opportunity of the afternoon for either squad so far. We mentioned the teams and the excellent goalkeeping. Grove City's a team .071 goals against average. St. Vincent's is .075. Both teams have also filled up the net this year. St. Vincent 33 goals in 16 matches this year. Grove City 35 in its 14 outings. So both teams averaging over 2 goals per match. And St. Vincent will get a free kick in its own end after Evan Yoder gets called for a push. Maddock leading St. Vincent 8 goals, 4 assists this year for 20 points. Maddock, the freshman from Norwin, putting together a great rookie season. Certainly 2 of the leading candidates for PAC Newcomer of the Year in this one, with Grove City goalie Keller Krieger also. And it is Rock taking the free kick. Headed out of there by the Wolverines. St. Vincent able to keep the pressure on. Lattis battling on the near side with Billick, and Lattis wins it for Grove City. Campbell off the top of the head of Eck, and St. Vincent will play it back to Rock. Rock downfield for LeBruno, a little bit over his head, and Grove City will have it. Campbell quickly gets the throw and in, finds Eck in a vacant area. Eck working against LeBruno. LeBruno able to get around him and get the ball. They get the ball. The bulk of the first 17 and a half minutes has been in our left end, the Grove City offensive end, the St. Vincent defensive end, but Bearcats have defended well and looking to relieve a little bit of the pressure here put on by Grove City. Both these teams on notable unbeaten streaks. Grove City 9-0-1 in the last 10. St. Vincent undefeated in its last 7, 4-0-3. Bearcats have alternated wins and ties in their last 4, including a scoreless tie Saturday with Westminster down in Latrobe. Thomas with it for Grove City. Over to Noah Gray, and knocked away by LeBruno, and it's going to be St. Vincent possession as Noah Gray the last to touch it. Grove City, of course, last time out winning at Chatham Saturday 2-0. Eck and Thomas with goals for the Wolverines. Grove City's lone blemish on the conference record, a 1-1 draw at Geneva on October 1st. St. Vincent with wins over Teal, Hiram, Geneva, and W&J, and draws with Westminster, Waynesburg, and Bethany. Lattis with it, left of the box. into the middle of the field and sent out of there by the St. Vincent defense. Kremposki able to clear it out. Wolverines looking to counter again. Thomas reverses course. Moves it out to Herman and back to midfield, where he finds Hudson. And Grove City will recalibrate. Campbell on the left side. The give and go with Gray. Now in the middle of the field for Kimmick, Luke Kimmick. Left side for Gray. Gray, left wing. Gray hesitates, keeps the dribble going. Cross and saved nicely. Rock comes up with it. Was Kremposki who deflected the cross. Got in there and got it with his backside. And then Rock picks it up, and St. Vincent able to snuff out another opportunity for the Wolverines. 20 minutes into this one. Ball headed back into the Grove City side of things, and Theo Campbell with it, the junior from Robinson Township. Over to Herman. Looking downfield, but nobody home. And will be St. Vincent with a goal kick. Grove City coming out of there after the goal kick. Cam Thomas with it right wing, struck with the right hand, the right foot, and a nice save by Cameron Rock. Rock, pardon the expression, he has been a rock all season, and certainly today for St. Vincent. See why he's put together such a fine season, the senior out of Pittsburgh. And we remain scoreless here at the 23:50 mark. Grove City has outshot St. Vincent so far 6-0, 3 shots on goal. Campbell, a left foot strike, and sent out of play by St. Vincent Levush. Campbell quickly hustling downfield for the throw-in. Trying to get it in before St. Vincent can get set. Lattice had it, lost it, but Eck with it for Grove City, but a foul will be called. They'll get Lattice with a hook, if you will, kind of trying to box out the defender and a little bit too physical in doing so, and St. Vincent will have the free kick. Want to say hello to Noah Aftanis down at St. Vincent College, the Director of Athletic Communications. He's tuned in today. So hello, Noah. Great to hear from you. His Bearcats are having a good season on the soccer pitch, both the men's and women's side. The goal kick, or excuse me, the free kick by the goalie hangs up in the wind, and Herman crashes into the back of LeBruno, and be a free kick upcoming for St. Vincent. From our vantage point here, we are at midfield on the third level of the press box, and you can just see how the wind is affecting some of the kicks. That one just was like it hit a wall and just dropped. But for Grove City, you want to score with the wind at your back. This first half. Billick, the free kick. And Keller Krieger will fly in outside of the goal box to intercept that. And one of the better opportunities for St. Vincent fizzles. Grove City will now have a throw-in on the near side. The Wolverines, of course, moving right to left. Thomas with it. But can't handle it, and it trickles back to Rock. Midfield with it, Bonola Soriano working the left side. Able to find Hurtado. Hurtado crossed in the middle of the field, headed away by Theo Campbell of Grove City. Retrieved by Thomas, finds Campbell along the near sideline. Try to get it back to midfield to Eck, but good defending by St. Vincent. And Cold Iron will send it back to Rock. Ben Bethke waiting to check in for St. Vincent. He'll be the first sub of the afternoon. We've played 24 minutes here in Grove City. No score in this PAC matchup. Very possibly a PAC tournament preview. Grove City right now at the top of the standings. Saint Vincent in third. Harmon with a header in the center circle. And it's retrieved by St. Vincent's LeBruno, but Campbell comes up with it. Campbell battling with Noah Smith. Campbell gets around him. Campbell finds Lattis in the middle of the field. Luke Lattis, the sophomore. Back to Campbell. Campbell, left of the box. Campbell on the wing, swings it out to Gray. Back to Campbell. Wolverines pressing forward. Campbell, left foot strike, right to Rock. Put it dead center of the net, but Cameron Rock there. Theo Campbell. Well, a good strike, but Rock right there. And St. Vincent will have it. Theo Campbell making start number 15 this year. He has a couple of assists this year in his ledger, so being in the offensive end is not foreign to him. No goals yet, but he had a pretty good effort there to get goal number 1. Rock, a tough guy to beat. Harmon over to Luke Kimmick right side. He'll punch it down towards the far left corner. The corner flag is blown over, which will illustrate the wind we're dealing with today. Both the corner flags off to the left have blown over. Ball out of bounds, and St. Vincent will have a throw-in, and we do have our first sub of the game. It is Ben Bethke, the senior from Rockville, Maryland, checking in for the Bearcats. And Noah Smith exits. Bethke, a goal and 3 assists this season, so he's certainly capable of providing some offensive punch for the Bearcats in a reserve role. Grove City has Carlo Dennis waiting to check in. He's been a key guy up front for Grove City this year. He'll be in on the next opportunity, which is right now with a throw-in. But Luke Kimmick was trying to fire the throw-in in, but Dennis was there, so Carlo Dennis will check in. He has a couple of goals this year, 15th appearance of the year for the junior from Greensburg, replacing Evan Yoder in the lineup. +18 minutes to go in a scoreless first half. Kimmick over to Lattis and deflected away by St. Vincent. Hurtado with it. He lost his footing. Camden Thomas trying to gain possession for Grove City, cannot, and St. Vincent will have it on a throw-in. Right next to the T in Grove City across the way, on the far sideline. The throw-in, Herman got a foot in there, and Bearcats will try it again. About 20 yards up the field. Inching their way into the offensive end. Kimmick trying to come up with the interception, able to collect it for Grove City. St. Vincent will regain possession in midfield. Mulvaney jumping in there. It looked like it was Herman who lost his footing. Gray to Eck for Grove City. Eck left of the box. Eck has it knocked away. Eck battling for it. Dispossessed by Bethke, and St. Vincent with it momentarily. Campbell, though, keeps it in the offensive end. But now St. Vincent with a counterattack. Downfield trying to find Bethke, but Campbell right there. Herman, far side for Dennis. Dennis is right now drifted back with Kimmick coming forward. We'll see if that stays the case or not. Hudson with a header to midfield over to Eck. And now it is Dennis along the right wing. Dennis working towards the far corner, knocked away from him by Krempowski. Grove City a throw-in about 30 yards up from the end line. Actually, maybe a little bit closer as Kimmick keeps sauntering down towards the far corner. He's going to be about 20 yards out. Throwing into the box. Goes over a couple of heads. Comes out to Campbell. Campbell into the box. Tried to find Noah Gray, it's Cam Thomas. Those bright orange shoes, but instead it is another goal kick for Saint Vincent. Grove City with a few more subs getting loose off to our right. Downfield looking for Hurtado, battling with Hudson. Hudson had it momentarily, but St. Vincent with the interception is Cam Mulvaney out of Denton, Texas. Comes up with it. Hudson will clear it out for Grove City, head to Dennis. Wolverines setting up the attack. Thomas with a 360-degree turn. Trying to find a streaking Gray, but went right to LeBruno. St. Vincent has it. Billick with it, lost it. Gray over to Luke Lattis. Crossfield trying to find Dennis. Deflected, but Thomas has it for Grove City. Ahead for Gray, trying to thread the needle. Pass just a little bit too much on it and retrieved by LeBruno. Ryan Merrick at the scoring area waiting to check in for Grove City, along with Matt Samsel. 2 subs for St. Vincent as well. Everybody will check in. Javier Tinoco in and Javier Torres for St. Vincent. Tinoco in for Mulvaney. Hurtado out for Torres. On the Grove City side, Luke Kimmick out and Aiden Eck check out with 14-plus minutes to go in the first half. First substitution rule, if you check out in the first half, you are done for the half unless there's a medical reason involved, such as blood, etc. Dennis to Merrick. Merrick at 6'5", that forward spot. Covers a lot of ground. He's been a source of offense for the Wolverines this year. The big guy out of Eden Christian. Second on the team with 10 points. He has 4 goals. He, Lattis, and Thomas all with 4 goals this year. Gray, of course, 13 to lead the way. Sampson with the throw-in. It's headed out. And it is a goal kick for St. Vincent. St. Vincent, you'll take this. Going into the wind, keep it scoreless, and then try and get the lead in the second half. If you're Grove City, you have the wind at your back for another 13 minutes. St. Vincent with it after the goal kick. As Billick sends it downfield. Jake Kimmick back to midfield, ball pinballing around, and St. Vincent with it. LeBruno has it. LeBruno, the hesitation, now with the left foot. Tried to find Torres, but Jake Kimmick tracks it down for Grove City. Out ahead to Noah Gray. LeBruno with it for St. Vincent. Downfield, and Krieger able to track it down. You can see him fighting that one a little bit. It's like the equivalent in baseball when you get a changeup. The ball just never got there because of the wind, but Krieger able to come up with it. Now his punt downfield carries well past midfield. Headed out of bounds by St. Vincent. Campbell to throw in, but first Ryan Higgs will check in. Higgs, the junior, in for Lattis. An attacking midfield position for the Wolverines. Higgs making appearance number 15 this year. 1 goal for the junior from Upper St. Clair. Ball into the box and cleared out by Cold Iron for St. Vincent. Wolverines quickly with a throw-in into Merrick. Now out to Herman. Off to Matt Samsel. Dennis on the right side. Dennis turning the corner. Dennis into the box, and the shot by Higgs off the mark. Wolverines going for the quick strike there, and it was a good look, but it goes wide. And we remain scoreless with 11 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Nick Johnson, sophomore, in for St. Vincent, replacing Bonola Soriano up top. And Rock with the goal kick forthcoming. Rock's kick dies in the wind. Thomas with a header. Ahead to Gray. Gray is Not sure he was trying to do whether a pass or a shot. Either way, it hit the right haunch of Krempowski, and St. Vincent has it momentarily, but now Grove City regaining possession. Campbell at midfield. Campbell to Merrick. Merrick along the near sideline. Looking for Campbell. Campbell battling with LeBruno. Campbell to the end line. And Campbell lost it out of bounds. Goal kick upcoming for St. Vincent. You can see across the way one of the patrons, their umbrella over there was inside out for a while. And Rock, the goal kick. Those ones you want to kick kind of on a line like a 2-iron. If you get up high, it is not going to go anywhere. And he sends a liner out towards midfield. Nice job on the goal kick, but the Wolverines have it. Thomas along the right sideline, right of the box. Ryan Merrick with it. Merrick pulls up, back to Thomas right side. Thomas around the defender. Thomas, left foot cross, able to find Gray and cleared out by St. Vincent. 9 1/2 minutes to go in the first half. No score. Grove City has had the better end of the possession, but St. Vincent's done a nice job defending. Rock has been very good in goal as expected. Campbell towards the net, and Rock flies in and plucks it out of the air with both hands. Again, at halftime, we'll look at some stats. Take a look at the PAC scoreboard as well. Take a break for a few minutes as well. Ball headed on either side of midfield. Cold Iron keeps it alive. Over to Dennis for Grove City, though, and the Wolverines will regroup. Colton Hudson right side to Higgs. Higgs far side for Samsel, and pass knocked out of bounds by St. Vincent. Throw in upcoming. Subs to at the midfield area for each team, and now they will all check in. St. Vincent will send in Emerson Kiss along with Ethan Bridges. As we see Maddock out and Krempowski out for St. Vincent. Grove City with a couple of subs as well. Gray out, Thomas out. Be Daniel Sharp, the senior from Zagreb, Croatia, in. And Nate Wilcox, freshman, checking in for the first time today. Under 8 minutes to go in the half. No score here at Don Lyle Field. Campbell to Sharp. And move it back out to Hudson on the edge of the center circle. Wilcox battling with it. Gets it over to Dennis. Tried to find Merrick, but it's deflected away, and is it a corner? Would it be a corner or a foul? Handball. So the handball just outside of the box. Thanks to the boys up here for clarifying that. The official, and actually a card has been given. So a card meted out in this 38th minute. And it'll be a free kick for the Wolverines just outside of the 18 on the right wing. Ball deflected and off the crossbar, and then offsides will be called on Grove City. Couple of good looks. Saw Herman in there, went off the bottom of the crossbar, but had it gone in, it would not have counted as the flag went up from the AR on the far side, and we remain scoreless. Goal kick. Actually, it was a free kick by the goalie, and it'll come back to him. Looked like a goal kick, but it was technically a free kick after the offsides violation on Grove City. Now Rock will punt it. Gets that one to turnover. Herman with a header. Kept in by Billick. Billick with it for St. Vincent. Billick to Torres. And now Tinoco. Downfield trying to find Bethke. And will go beyond the end line. And it is a goal kick for the Wolverines. Nice defending from Sharp. And one of the better opportunities for St. Vincent is snuffed out. Iverson Aguirre, a junior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, in for the first time. As Bethke checks out after giving St. Vincent some good minutes in a reserve role. 5:20 to go in the half. And Keller Krieger puts the left foot into this one. Wilcox battling with Tinoco. And Sampson will track it down for Grove City. Finds Dennis, but Wolverines lose possession. Javier Torres working with Tinoco, but Wilcox picks his pocket. The Wolverines give it right back. Torres, downfield. Intercepted by Kimmick, but then the Wolverines can't hang on to it and throw in for St. Vincent near side. Quickly in, went right to Theo Campbell of Grove City, though. Perhaps St. Vincent might have been a bit too quick to get it in. Merrick knocks it away, grabbed by Higgs. Wolverines looking to mount an attack here in the final 4.5 minutes of the half. Dennis right wing. Working towards the end line across and headed away by St. Vincent. Cold Iron, the defender, got in the way of that one. It is a corner kick for Grove City, but Ryan Merrick looked like he was flashing open in front of the net. Instead, the corner taken by Grove City on the far side. Working towards the far post. Sharp with a header. Ball bouncing around. Higgs will work it back out on the near side to Wilcox. Wilcox back to Gray. To Higgs, but a foul on the Wolverines, and St. Vincent has it with 3:25 to go first half. Rock will take the free kick just beyond the 18. Sends it downfield. That one will skip and go out of bounds. That's the one thing, too. The turf, of course, is in excellent shape, but it is wet, and occasionally a ball could skip today. Something to keep an eye on. Herman, the right foot strike downfield to Sharp. Sharp, top of the box. Sharp tried to go right, then back to his left, and thwarted by Will LeBruno. LeBruno downfield. Kimmick able to get in the way of that one, looking for Kiss, streaking towards the goal. Merrick with it for Grove City. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. First half in which the Wolverines have had the bulk of the good opportunities, but St. Vincent defense has been stout. Rock's kick out of bounds. And Grove City will have a throw-in on the near side. Kimmick back to Hudson with 2 minutes to go in the half. Sharp, near side for Theo Campbell. Campbell, very active first 43-plus minutes today. Hudson from a center back position. Ahead to Merrick, but taken away by Tinoco. St. Vincent loses possession, however, but Tinoco reclaims it for the Bearcats. Took it away from Herman, and now St. Vincent with it with 90 seconds to go in the half. Aguirre's effort goes out of bounds. And Grove City will have it as we come up on the 1 minute mark. The wind has tapered off a little bit. The precipitation has also. Still, it's a light mist falling. And 1 minute left in the first half. Herman with it for the Wolverines. Herman to Merrick. Finds Wilcox right side. Looking for Dennis. Knocked away, but Wilcox will track it down for Grove City. Back out to Jake Kimmick. 40 seconds to go in the half. Looking for Merrick through his legs and right to Cameron Rock. Rock and Merrick playing a little bit of a game of chicken back there. And 20 seconds to go in the half, and now Rock will punt it away. Campbell and Higgs battling with it. A foul will be called on St. Vincent. 10 seconds to go in the half. Higgs downfield for Dennis. Headed away by St. Vincent. Tinoco sends it downfield, and that is the end. Entertaining yet scoreless first half of soccer here at Don Lyle Field. Grove City and St. Vincent tied 0-0 here at the intermission. We'll take a break. We'll come back in a few minutes. We'll recap the first half stats. We'll look at the PAC scoreboard as well, all that and much, much more. Grove City and St. Vincent, no score through 45 minutes. You're watching Grove City College Soccer on the Wolverine Sports Network. It is halftime here at Don Lyle Field. No score. Grove City and Saint Vincent. Ryan Briggs with you on this windy, damp Wednesday afternoon. Match one of two today here at Don Lyle Field. With the women's match coming up at 7 o'clock. First half stats, Grove City with an 8-0 edge in shots. Wolverines putting 4 on goal, 4 saves for Saint Vincent goalie Cameron Rock. Grove City 4 corners. Saint Vincent without one. And looking at the possession total, according to the official stats, Grove City a 60-40 edge. The bulk of that in the offensive end. So the stats and the eye test match up, but so does the scoreboard. No score in this one. Looking at some other action ongoing in the PAC. They're in the first half in Washington. W&J and Bethany scoreless. About 18 minutes to go in the first half there. Allegheny and Franciscan scoreless in Steubenville also. Later tonight, Westminster's at Teal in a 7:30 start, and the 8 o'clock game, Waynesburg University is at Hiram. And that would be it for today. Last night, let's see, then Geneva should be playing too. Geneva plays Chatham later tonight. There we go, 7:30 start for that one. So that's ongoing tonight too. The PAC standings at the moment, of course, all the games are in progress or have yet to start. Grove City, 22 points in first. Franciscan has 19. Then St. Vincent with 15 points is in third. Allegheny and Geneva both 4-3-1. That's 13 points. 3 for a win, 1 for a tie. Waynesburg is 2-2-4, which is 10 points. W&J and Hiram also have 10 points at 3-4-1. Then you have Chatham at 1-3-4, Bethany 2-5-1, Westminster 1-4-3. Those teams are all still mathematically alive. They need to win and get some help, but they're still in the mix to get one of those top 6 spots. But right now, Grove City first, Franciscan second, and St. Vincent at 4-1-3 in third. Grove City has clinched a spot in the PAC tournament, and a win tonight would guarantee Grove City home field, because after today, whatever you want to say, everybody has 2 games left. So Wolverines would be at 25 points, and actually, if a Franciscan loss tonight, would give Grove City the top seed. But long way to go, and the Wolverines are, of course, in a scoreless deadlock here with St. Vincent. Later today, 7 o'clock, Grove City women's soccer against St. Vincent. A lot riding on that one as well. St. Vincent women are 6-1-1 in the PAC. They're in third. Grove City setting the pace at 7-0-1, 22 points. Waynesburg is second at 6-0-2. Waynesburg has a win over St. Vincent. The Wolverines get to go to Waynesburg University next Wednesday night for the regular season finale. So obviously there's a lot riding on this one. St. Vincent with a win can really be back. I shouldn't say back, really solidified in the conversation for the top seed or one of the top 2 seeds. A Grove City win would give Grove City some separation and pretty much in all likelihood ensure that the Wolverines will have a bye into the semifinals of the 6-team conference tournament. And that'll be 7 o'clock here on the Wolverine Sports Network, PAC Digital Network as well. And certainly hope you can tune in for that one as Grove City takes on St. Vincent. The Bearcat women, they've had a fine season this year. 12 wins under 4th-year head coach Brian Butler this year. And Grove City's women, they got a slow start this year, but they've been coming on as of late now. 8-4-2 overall. As we said, 7-0-1 in the President's Athletic Conference. We'll take our final break. We'll come back with the second half. Grove City and St. Vincent. No score here at the intermission. You're watching Grove City College Soccer on the Wolverine Sports Network. We get ready to start the second half here at Don Lyle Field. No score. Grove City will go left to right in this second half into the wind. Wolverines are in the white jerseys, red numbers and letters, red trim. Saint Vincent in the black with gold numerals outlined in white, black shorts, and a little bit of forest green trim on either side of the jersey for the Bearcats. The kit, to use the proper soccer vernacular. It appears that Grove City has its starting 11 out there. Krieger in goal. Center backs Jake Kimmick and Colton Hudson. Theo Campbell, Luke Kimmick on the outside. The midfielders Matt Herman, Cam Thomas, and Aiden Eck up front. Evan Yoder, Luke Lattis, and Noah Gray. Appears likewise St. Vincent will have its original 11 out there also to begin the second half, and we're underway. Grove City kicking off. Now going left to right, as we said, into a pretty stiff breeze. Temperature in the mid-40s. The drizzle for now is more or less subsided, but it is very damp and chilly. Turf is in good shape, but it is wet. Luke Kimmick will have a throw in on the near side. Grove City outshot St. Vincent 8-0 in the first half. 4 shots on goal. 4-0 edge and corner kicks, but Bearcats have defended well. St. Vincent with a team goals against average on the season of 0.75. Grove City at 0.71. So it should not come as a surprise that we have no goals so far through the first 46 minutes, excuse me. Kremposki with it for St. Vincent, retrieved by Grove City in its own end. Luke Kimmick will track it down and get it back to Keller Krieger. Krieger ahead to Thomas in midfield near the logo. And now headed over to Noah Gray as the lights have kicked on here, and they are immediately taking effect at Don Lyle Field. As the wind, which started to die down late in the first half, has picked up with a vengeance here early in the second half. And the wind has actually shifted a bit. It originally was more or less right to left. Now it's coming from the far right corner, blowing towards us. Foul will be called on Grove City, and it'll be a St. Vincent free kick. In the first half, Nick Johnson, he was the one who picked up the yellow card for St. Vincent with the handball. It was outside of the box, so that's what that was for. Not for anything that would be classified as an unsportsmanlike act. Just one of those things that happens in soccer, and he was hit with the card. That's the only card in the game. We've had just a minimum of fouls throughout, too. Chemical headed ahead, but sent back in by LeBruno for St. Vincent. Towards the goal area, and Keller Krieger hustles out of his box to scoop it up for the Wolverines. Jake Kimmick, junior out of Franklin Regional, trying to get it to midfield, but it's knocked away. Herman stepping in, and St. Vincent will have it right at the midfield line. LeBruno with a throw in. Wolverines try to keep it in, they do, but that'll be Grove City throw in far side as Noah Smith sent it out of play, and now Grove City giving it right back. It was like hot potato, neither team wanting to hang on to possession. St. Vincent did not spend a lot of time in the offensive end in the first half. Bearcats looking to amend that here in the second half. Cross in, headed up into the air, and Yoder's going to come out of there with it for Grove City. Yoder looking for Lattis. He can't get there, but Cam Thomas can. Now to Lattis, Wolverines mounting an attack. Yoder, dispossessed. Taken away by Soriano, but right back to the Wolverines. Herman downfield, able to find Gray on the edge of the box. Gray working towards the end line. Gray, left-hand cross, kicked away. The strike and over the net. Cam Thomas, a good look, but hit it high, and we remain scoreless with 41 minutes to go. One of the better opportunities for Grove City does not go as a shot on goal, but it was certainly promising. Rock with 4 saves, 2 very nice ones, and a couple that were fairly routine. Herman ahead to Yoder. Yoder along the right wing. And Yoder trying to collect it, cannot. Hit his leg and skips out of bounds. And Cameron Rock will have a goal kick for Saint Vincent. Rock wearing the sky blue or almost periwinkle color goalie kit. Looks like the color of tuxedos back in the 70s. And at the other end, Keller Krieger in the magenta goalie kit for Grove City. Both very distinctive. Wolverines with it, Noah Gray. Working it from left to right. Yoder on the edge of the box. Evan Yoder working on Krempowski. Yoder towards the corner, gets doubled, and the kick goes out of bounds and off of Yoder. Krempowski defended it and it deflected out, and good defending by Logan Krempowski, the junior from Orlando, Florida. They probably don't have weather like this in Orlando very often. But he seems unaffected so far. 39-20 to go in this one. Remember, in the regular season, there is no overtime. So if we're tied at the end of 90 minutes, it's a draw. Now in the PAC tournament and any other subsequent postseason, there is overtime. As the goal kick downfield, and Eck is going to be fouled as Billick reached out and grabbed him. Pretty blatant foul there out in the open. And Grove City will have it. Herman the free kick. Thomas over to Gray left side. Gray knocked away. LeBruno coming up with it. Here comes St. Vincent ahead to Maddock. They'll get the handball on St. Vincent. Just to finish that thought, but in the PAC tournament and then anything else, NCAA and so forth, in overtime, it's not sudden victory. They play the full amount of overtime. So it could be, say, 0-0 at the end of regulation and be 2-1 at the end of overtime. So that's a change that was enacted a few years ago, which is why you see so many ties in the standings. You know, last month when the Carnegie Mellon women were here, they had a year, I think it was 2 years ago in the conference, the UAA, they went 1-0-6 in conference play. Here, Grove City this year 7-0-1 in league play. St. Vincent 4-1-3. Bearcats have certainly had their share of deadlocks this year. Understand we might have had a technical difficulty on our Vimeo feed, but the PAC digital feed is up and running. We're trying to getting some scattered information about that. So just letting you know if there is an issue, we're working on it, or it's being addressed. Grove City has it, just past midfield. Krieger with the goal kick. St. Vincent will have a throw, and we're going to step aside just for a moment. We'll continue the video here on PAC Digital Network. Our Vimeo feed, we need to try to figure out what the issue is with that, why it's not working down below. But again, we do have on the PAC Digital Network Throw in, headed into the box. And the shot deflected away and hits the corner flag stick, and St. Vincent will have a corner on the near side. It's going to be Lemposki to take the corner. 10 minutes into the second half. It's not going to be a corner, it's going to be a throw. Throw in towards goal, headed up in the air, another header, and this time headed out by Kimmick. Wolverines can't get it out. St. Vincent keeping the pressure on. Krieger tips it away. And foul will be called on St. Vincent. I'm not sure who they got, but Wolverines were in the soup, but St. Vincent cannot convert. Free kick coming for St. Vincent. Headed up into the air, and Keller Krieger will track it down for Grove City. St. Vincent certainly has been putting the pressure on Grove City in this second half. .33:05 to go, second half remaining scoreless here at Don Lyle Field. Thomas goes left side. And we are back on our Vimeo broadcast as well. We had something happened at halftime. We don't know what it was. Yoder across, deflected away, and out of bounds. We did not lose the stream on the PAC Digital Network from what I've been told. But again, we apologize for that. Occasionally things don't work the way they're supposed to. And the way our setup is, we sometimes don't have the ability to monitor it per se. Herman with it. Headed away by St. Vincent. Now Cam Thomas as Grove City goes left to right. No score. 13 minutes into the second half. Yoder right wing. Sending it towards the goal. And Rock may have misjudged it a bit, but a foul will be called on the Wolverines. Noah Gray protesting with referee Bobby Johnson about that. But it'll be Grove City unable to cash in. Rock with another free kick. There's a line drive kick to Luke Lattis, and Grove City with it. Downfield looking for a streaking Yoder. Is that one going to stay in? Yoder able to get there, and then it's kicked out of bounds by Kremposki. Corner kick for Grove City. Wolverines have been knocking on the door for a good portion of the night, but have not been able to convert. Again, for those of you who are watching via our Vimeo feed, we apologize. We were out for about 10 minutes of the second half. We were still on PC Digital Network from what we understand. Corner sent in by Campbell, and that one goes off the side of the net. And we remain scoreless. That was the fifth corner of the night for the Wolverines. Saint Vincent with one corner. Lattice to Thomas. The defender crashed into him. Over to Yoder, who slips, then gets back to his feet. Then lost his balance and lost the ball. Saint Vincent with a counterattack. That one goes over everybody's head all the way down to Keller Krieger. Back in the penalty area. Down below, Grove City head coach Mike Dreves expressing his displeasure with the lack of a call. It certainly looked like Krempowski could have been whistled for a foul on the Grove City player, but instead we continue on. Eck far side with it. Eck gets knocked away. Back out to Herman, now near side, Luke Lattice. Yoder right side. The right foot towards the middle of the field, over the head of Gray, who was streaking in, and be tracked down by LeBruno in the far corner for St. Vincent. Downfield, Kimmick intercepts for Grove City, and the Wolverines back into the offensive end. Camden Thomas working to the top of the box. Thomas, a worm burner that goes left of the goal, but it was deflected, and Grove City will get a corner kick far side. Noah Gray will have the corner. You just have the feeling that the Wolverines are due to put one in the net. Gray, the kick, and it is headed by Kimmick and kept out by one of the defenders, and then Wolverines, I don't know if it was a foul or offsides. They're going to get offsides. Our view of the official was obscured by the scoreboard down deep in the corner. So the corner kick was a good look for the Wolverines, but nothing comes from it, and we remain scoreless. 17 minutes into the second half. Glad you could join us for game one of our soccer doubleheader. Later tonight, the women's match between St. Vincent and Grove City. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff here at Don Lyle Field, and we'll be on the air at about 6:55. The starting lineups. Eck with it for Grove City. Eck far side to Thomas, and now Gray left of the box. Gets it for Lattice. The header, it's a goal! Luke Lattice puts Grove City on top 1-0 with 27:32 to go. His fifth goal of the season. Noah Gray, his sixth assist of 2025. And the Wolverines break the scoreless deadlock. A picture-perfect pass, and Lattice with the finish to give Grove City a 1-0 lead at 62-38. The Wolverines had put the pressure on throughout the night, and on the 12th shot of the evening, Grove City breaks through, and it is 1-0. Still a long way to go. Grove City now with the lead. St. Vincent after the kickoff, Rock with it. taken away. Gray, top of the box with it. Noah Gray, who picked up the assist moments ago, out to Thomas, back to Gray. Gray sends it far side, and it's taken away by St. Vincent. Herman trying to keep it in, and he does. Working against Hurtado. Krempowski downfield for Kiss, who checked in after the goal. Emerson Kiss checking in up top for St. Vincent, but Grove City will have it near midfield after the foul. Kimmick at midfield with it. Over to Campbell, now back to Hudson for Luke Kimmick near side. St. Vincent starting to extend a little bit. The Wolverines have taken a 1-0 lead. Yoder near sideline has it. Yoder doubled. Yoder gets around both defenders. Yoder towards the end line. Cross deflected away and now headed out of there by Tinoco. He also checked in for St. Vincent. Kiss turns it over, looking for Tinoco. Yoder came up with it. Luke Kimmick a spin. Kimmick, righty cross, shot by Eck, and a goal! What a pass, what a finish. Kimmick to Eck, 2-0 Grove City. The Wolverines have scored twice in a span of 2 minutes as Aiden Eck scores goal number 3 on the season. Kimmick's 5th assist, the 17th of his career. He moves into a tie for 4th all-time at Grove City. The Wolverines have a 2-0 lead with 25:40 to go in the second half. The Wolverines, they had spent the first 60 minutes pounding on the door, and they've kicked it in here in the last few minutes. Kimmick, the nice spin move and a perfect cross with the right foot. And Aiden Eck puts it in the upper right corner, beating Rock, which is not easy to do. 2-0 Grove City with 25:40 to go. Kimmick the assist, moving into a tie for 4th all-time at Grove City with, as we said earlier, Nate Jones, class of 05, and current head coach Mike Dreves. He had 17 career assists in his distinguished playing career back in the mid-90s. Billick with it for St. Vincent, but lost it. Taken away by Herman. Downfield for Noah Gray. Wolverines now smelling the blood on the water. Gray left of the box. Gray working towards the end line. Gray to Merrick. Merrick tipped away by Rock. Nice save by Rock. Merrick was on the doorstep, and Rock keeps St. Vincent in this one. A goal there probably would have put it away, but Rock with another save. And the Wolverines will have the corner kick on the near side. And the corner will be taken by Theo Campbell. Campbell with the corner. This one's tipped up in the air. St. Vincent trying to clear it out. Billick back towards midfield. Dennis got a piece of it. Couldn't collect it. Higgs battling for Grove City, but St. Vincent with it. Levush pushing ahead with 24:07 to go. Smith, and offsides will be the call against St. Vincent. Looked like the Bearcats had something going, but Wolverines held their line, and St. Vincent called offsides for the first time today. Downfield looking for Higgs, who checked in during the last stoppage. Higgs and Merrick both out there, one of the 3 subs out there, along with Dennis for Grove City. Luke Kimmick a header ahead for Dennis. Gets a piece of it. Finds Merrick, and now Cam Thomas has it. Thomas working to the right wing. Thomas, the South Range High School product. Reigning PAC Offensive Player of the Week, and a throw-in upcoming for Grove City. St. Vincent will send Javier Torres, Ben Bethke back in, and Russell Minnie in for the first time tonight. Dennis out for Grove City. Wilcox returns, and in for the Wolverines for the first time today is Titus Layton, the sophomore from Warwick High School, Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Down in the southeastern part of the Commonwealth, Thomas with a cross, headed away, back out beyond the box, and it's grabbed or collected by Torres. If he'd grabbed it, that would not be permissible. Daniel Sharp also in for Grove City. Sharp works at left side for Layton. 22 plus minutes to go in the match. 2-0 Grove City with the lead. Grove City scoring twice in a span of 2 minutes in this second half. Luke Lattis with the first goal, and then Aiden X scoring 2 minutes later. Noah Gray, the assist on the first goal. Luke Kimmick assisted the second score for the Wolverines. The Wolverines will have a throw-in far side, about 15 yards up from the corner flag. Throw into the box. Cleared out momentarily by Minnie. Out to Wilcox for the Wolverines. Looking for Sharp, but he wasn't there, and St. Vincent able to clear it out. Lights have taken full effect here. Still daylight out, although with a lot of low cloud cover. The lights particularly important at this point. Of course, the women's match will be played in darkness. The sun will have been fully set by the time we get going at 7 for that one later tonight. Dennis along the right side, looking to turn the corner. And ball knocked away by Jelani Campbell, the senior defender who checked in recently for the Bearcats. Able to thwart Dennis's progress, but another corner kick coming for Grove City. 8th corner of the match for Grove City. In the box, tipped away by Rock. Merrick trying to track it down. Campbell also in pursuit, but Merrick using those long strides at 6'5", able to get there, and Grove City keeps it. Hudson from midfield looking for Kimmick, but nobody home. Now here comes St. Vincent moving right to left. Johnson along the sideline. But Dennis gets in the way. Rock with it for St. Vincent, vacating the goal area. Grove City's going to have a throw-in on the near side. And Matt Samsel. Saw quite a bit of Matt in the first half. He gets the throw-in front of the Wolverine bench. Dennis right sideline. Dennis out to Wilcox. Now out to Hudson and off to Jake Kimmick. Wolverines leading 2-0. They're able to close this one out. They'd have a win over the number 2 team in the standings, Franciscan, and right now the number 3 team, St. Vincent. Higgs working towards the right corner. In for Merrick. Merrick battling. Merrick comes up with it. Shot deflected. Merrick collects it back out to Higgs. Higgs pops it towards the goal. Header attempt by Cam Thomas, who lands a bit awkwardly. He pops up like a super ball. The ball goes beyond the end line, and it is a goal kick for the Bearcats. Bethany and W&J scoreless at the half. Franciscan a 1-0 lead on Allegheny at halftime. Those were 5 o'clock starts. Thomas with it for Grove City. Thomas looking for Merrick, but intercepted by Rock, and St. Vincent has it. Rock downfield, headed away by Titus Layton of Grove City. St. Vincent will have a throw-in just past midfield, right in front of the auxiliary scoreboard. Ethan Bridges in for St. Vincent. And on the Grove City side, it is Cam Thomas checking out. And making his first appearance of the afternoon, now evening, for Grove City is Judah Gray, the freshman and younger brother of Noah Gray. Jake Kimmick far side kicks it out, and Campbell will have the throw in for St. Vincent. Bearcats in the black jerseys with the gold numbers and letters outlined in white. Black shorts, forest green trim, forest green socks. Grove City in the white tops, red numbers and letters, red trim. Billick with a shot. It is blocked out front by Jake Kimmick. Cleared out by Gray, Judah Gray. Merrick looking for Dennis, but knocked away from behind by Billick. Billick ahead for Kiss. We'll head down towards the end line, and that's where Keller Krieger collects it for Grove City. Krieger, freshman goalie, looking for win number 10 on the season. He has 4 shutouts this year. 17 minutes away from a 5th one and win number 10. Scoreless at halftime, but Grove City scoring twice to take the lead in this second half. Mulvaney back in along with Maddock for St. Vincent. Billick out. Kiss exits with 16:33 to go. St. Vincent, of course, is a potent offensive team. 33 goals in 16 matches coming in. So the Bearcats are certainly capable of getting on the board in a hurry. And 16 minutes is a lot of time yet. But Sharp comes out of there with it for Grove City. Looking ahead for Merrick, deflected by the defender. And we'll go right to Bridges, who's back in the back four for St. Vincent. Layton with an interception ahead to Judah Gray. Wolverines getting some good minutes from their reserves. Sharp can't handle that one on the far side, though, and St. Vincent will get it back. One thing historically about head coach Mike Drees, not afraid to use his bench, not afraid to play a lot of guys. And it certainly pays off over the course of a season as well. 16, 17, 18 matches where, for the most part, guys are not playing 90 minutes a night. You know, they don't have as much mileage as maybe some other teams, other guys do, and get the end of the season. And Wolverines' record over the years in mid-October and on has been pretty good. Merrick wins it for Grove City ahead to Dennis. Back towards the near corner. Dennis looking for Higgs, who ends up on his wallet. St. Vincent comes out of there with it, but intercepted by Dennis. Wolverines keeping on the pressure. As we turn under 15 minutes to go, Matt Samsel to Gray, Judah Gray. Far side, they get it into the box looking for Merrick. Out to Gray, Judah Gray with it. The shot, goal, Judah Gray! Judah Gray from the top of the box rifles that one in. It is 3-0 Grove City with 14:34 to go. Judah Gray, his first collegiate goal. And that may send Grove City on path to its 8th win in 9 conference outings. He says, hey, Noah's not the only Gray that can score. A touch of Gray, if you will. Judah Gray, on the top of the box, scores to make it 3-0. 3 goals in the second half for the Wolverines. That was like a bolt out of nowhere. 3-0 the lead. A lot of excitement down on that Wolverine bench. Again, we talked about the Wolverine reserves coming in, the good minutes that they've been playing, and prime example right there, Judah Gray getting his first goal of the season. This is his 12th appearance as a rookie, and he'll remember this one. Coming up on the 14-minute mark. Sharp far side. Sharp streaking from the left wing. Ahead to Merrick. Deflected. Higgs had it, lost it. And St. Vincent will counterattack. Nick Johnson downfield looking for Torres. Torres left of the box. Torres down to the top of the box. Shot is saved by Krieger. Bit of a tough shot there. Tough angle. Torres looking one way, then kind of went back with the outside foot, and turned out to be a tough save for Krieger. Torres, a very creative move, and St. Vincent will have a corner kick from the near side with 13 and a half minutes to go. Corner headed away by Samsel. Comes good 30 yards back away. Sent back in. Headed by the Grove City defense. Collected by Torres. Top of the box. Torres working right to left. Gets it to Mulvaney. Over to Maddock. Now back to Mulvaney and sent out by the Wolverines, at least momentarily. Sent back in by Levush. Deflection, and Carlo Dennis has it for Grove City. Dennis looking for Merrick. Merrick back to midfield with it. Finds Higgs. With 12:35 to go. Higgs for Dennis. Gets bumped from behind by Bridges, keeps possession. Now Gray over to Jake Kimmick, and Wolverines spreading the field, content to burn up some clock. They're not sitting on it, but certainly not wanting to do anything that might gift St. Vincent. Judah Gray with it. Sends it back out to Dennis. Now for Wilcox. Nate Wilcox out of Helena, Montana. Trying to find Samsel cutting towards the end line, but it will trickle out. And a goal kick upcoming for the Bearcats. Jake Morrissey in for the first time today for St. Vincent. Morrissey in, and Ben Bethke to the Bearcat bench. Wolverines will be home Saturday as well. 3:30 start for the men on Senior Day against W&J. The women will play the lid lifter Saturday against W&J at 1. And Matthew Perrocker will be here for the call. Full slate of Wolverine action on campus Saturday. Soccer doubleheader here at Don Lyle Field starting at 1. Volleyball tri-match in the Grove City College Arena, 11, 1, and 3. Grove City entertaining Chatham and Messiah. Dennis on the near side. Gets around Bridges. And the shot deflected out of bounds by Cold Iron, and Grove City will have a corner in the near side. So we have 2 soccer games, 3 volleyball matches, and a home football game with Westminster, Grove City's oldest rival, on Saturday. So plenty going on campus. Love to see you here. If you can't make it, you can catch all the action here at athletics.gcc.edu. Click on the various links. Maybe get a couple windows open, or maybe a TV and a second monitor to follow the Wolverines. Been a very good fall for everybody. Corner kick, and the header goes wide, as Daniel Sharp had a good look but just sent it wide, and it will be St. Vincent with it. Sharp and Merrick out. Andrew Perry in for the Wolverines. Freshman out of Minnetrista, Minnesota, and Christian Garcia, freshman from Palmetto Bay, Florida, in for the first time. Perry with 1 start this year. Being from Minnesota, he no doubt has played on a day like this or two in his career. This might be one of the warm days in Minnesota, who knows. But he checks in with 10 minutes to go. Temperature in the mid-40s. The wind gusting out of the west on a damp evening. And I don't know what the real feel is, but it's probably starts with a 3. Along the far side, we're gonna have looks like perhaps a penalty kick upcoming. A card has been issued as Nick Johnson along the real feels 38. Thank you, Dr. Shepson. And there's not going to be a penalty kick. It's the infraction occurred just outside the box on the far side. So it's really a tough angle right along the end line and right outside the penalty area. So it's like a miniature corner kick, I guess would be the best way to describe it, but probably not one you practice a whole lot. You know, that close. You just have to send it out and come back in. The corner coming the free kick coming, and that one goes behind the net. But clipped off of Wolverine's shoulder, so it is a corner kick. Probably a better situation for Saint Vincent. It's hard to do a lot from that particular angle. Such a sharp angle. Bearcats with their second corner of the match. And that one drifted out. The official on the far side was right there. Put the flag up. You can see the wind push that one out. And a chance for Saint Vincent. Goes by the wayside with 9 minutes to go. Saint Vincent will be back home on Saturday as well to host Chatham at 3 p.m. down in Latrobe. Both teams will be at home Saturday. It's Grove City's home finale Saturday. Wolverines will be at Waynesburg University next Wednesday in their regular season finale. And then looking like the Wolverines are going to have a week off then before the PAC semifinals the following week, the first full week of November. Garcia looking for Judah Gray. And it's out of bounds off of Gray and a throw-in for St. Vincent. Tinoco will check back in for the Bearcats. With 8:10 to go. Tinoco in and Mulvaney out. Cesar Guerrero in for the first time for St. Vincent, the senior out of Germantown, Tennessee. Along with Bernie Rutkowski, freshman from Monahawken, New Jersey. He's in, and then we see Aguirre back in. We saw him towards the end of the first half. Scoreless at the half, but Grove City with a 3-goal flurry in the second half, including 2 within a 2-minute span in the second half to take a 2-0 lead. And then Judah Gray adding to the lead. Wolverine goals today by Aiden Eck and Luke Lattis. And then Gray, of course, adding to that. Assists for Noah Gray and Luke Kimmick. Samsel back on the near side. Ahead to Judah Gray. Back to Colton Hudson. Hudson and Kimmick have gone the route tonight, the center back positions, as has become the norm. The Wolverines are 650 away from a shutout victory in the penultimate home match of the regular season. Garcia finds Wilcox in the center of the field. Hudson heading upfield, finds Gray at midfield. 6:30 to go, second half. Wilcox, some nice footwork. Samsel in it right outside back. Jake Kimmick leaves it on the left side. Finds Titus Layton. Layton, good minutes off the bench in the second half. Taken away, however, by St. Vincent, as that was Campbell who had it. Far side, Morrissey lost his balance, and the Wolverines regain it with 5:50 to go. Samsel back on the near side, looking for Dennis, but the only man there was St. Vincent's Ethan Bridges. The Wolverines give it back with 5:30 to go in this one. Wilcox collects it for Grove City, moves it back to Layton. Layton far side to Garcia. Garcia, Judah Gray, Higgs in the midfield along with Wilcox. Perry up top along with Dennis. The back four, Samsel, and Layton on the outside. Hudson and Jake Kimmick, the center backs, and of course Keller Krieger in goal. Grove City is going to improve to 11-2-2 overall and 8-0-1 on the PAC. Dennis to Samsel right side. Samsel cross into the box. Went behind one guy and in front of another. Sent back in by Layton. Karam's out. Samsel, the lefty strike. And it's left of the net. Kimmick back in. That's Luke Kimmick for Grove City. And Jaden Claycamp will come on for Grove City. Claycamp, the senior from Aurora, Colorado, in for Layton. And did not see who else snuck out for the Wolverines with 4:35 to go. Claycamp with it. Back to Kimmick on the near side. Luke Kimmick. He's back at right outside back, and Samsel flips over to the left side in the back four for Grove City. Judah Gray scored his first collegiate goal earlier in the middle of the field. To Claycamp, he went in for Dennis. For those of you keeping track at home, Wilcox, far side for Christian Garcia. Garcia, edge of the box. Garcia working against Morrissey. And it's going to be Saint Vincent possession after the foul on the Wolverines. Just to let everybody know, when this one ends, we'll take a brief break. We'll go over a couple stats, and then we'll have an intermission of our own, and we'll be back on the air at 6:55 for the women's game. Athletics.gcc.edu. Those of you on the PAC Digital Network will be there as well. So a couple different ways to keep an eye on that women's match. Big one in the PAC standings as well, and that's, again, coming up at 7 o'clock here at Don Lyle Field. Grove City women's volleyball team in action at 7 tonight up in Greenville, also taking on Teal. Big matchup in the PAC's North Division. They have divisions this year in volleyball. Of course, soccer, it's just one 12-team table. Volleyball will go back to one division next year with St. Francis coming in. Under 3 minutes to go in this one. Luke Kimmick over to Hudson. Claycamp had it, lost it, got it back, and now St. Vincent with it. Pass downfield, and St. Vincent not on the same wavelength, and Keller Krieger tracks it down. They're looking for a streaking Torres, but he went one way and the ball went the other. Keller Krieger, the freshman goalie from Jacksonville, Florida. Lefty punts this one downfield. Headed over by Judah Gray. Kicked away by Campbell. And Grove City will throw it in on the far side with 2 minutes to go in tonight's match. See the women's teams kind of staging off to the far upper right corner of your screen. They'll be taken to the field here in a little bit, getting ready for that 7 o'clock start. Higgs with it for Grove City. Battling with Rutkowski of St. Vincent. Wilcox in the midfield circle, swings over to Claycamp. And now St. Vincent with it. Bearcats looking to mount a final rush here. Nice move by Agay to get away from Claycamp, but his pocket is picked by Luke Kimmick, working back defensively. Higgs on the near side, and we have a stoppage as there was a St. Vincent man slow to get up. That is maybe Nick, or no, that is Torres, who is favoring his right leg a little bit with 1:03 to go. Just got tangled up. and Grove City will have it. Hudson will play it back to Jake Kimmick, and action resumes. A minute to go in this one. Kimmick along the near side. Looking for Perry. Higgs back to Wilcox. 45 seconds left. 3 second-half goals for Grove City. Wolverines are going to go to 11-2-2 overall, 8-0-1 in the PAC. St. Vincent still in the thick of the PAC race at 4-2-3. Bearcats they're going to have at least one home match in the PAC tournament in all likelihood. They're certainly a formidable squad. But tonight, Grove City was able to break through in the second half. And across in front of the goal or the net, and a goal for the Grove City Wolverines. It looked like it was Jaden Claycamp that knocked it home. So in the final minute of this one, Grove City tacks one on to make it 4-0. And it was Claycamp who scores. Jaden Claycamp, his first goal of the season. So a couple of first goals of the season tonight in the second half. 4-0 Grove City. The assist for Judah Gray. So Gray picking up an assist along with his first collegiate goal. He's had himself a fine second half. 4-0 the lead. As time winds down here on this one, and of course, in goal differential, it's probably not going to come into play for Grove City in terms of tie breaking the way that things have shaken out. But that could come into play as things go on. Grove City wins it 4-0. The Wolverines remain undefeated in PAC play. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back, quickly recap the stats, and wrap up our broadcast. We'll be back after this quick break on the Wolverine Sports Network. Four 0 your final. Grove City wins this one as the Wolverines score 4 second-half goals. The scoring started at 62-25. Luke Lattis with the goal, his 5th of the season. Noah Gray the assist, and Grove City had a 1-0 lead. And then less than 2 minutes later at 64-16, Aiden X scores, getting an assist from Luke Kimmick to make it 2-0. 2 goals then in the final 15 minutes for the Wolverines. Judah Gray scores an unassisted goal from the top of the box at 75-23. And then at 89-44, Jaden Claycamp, his first goal of the season. Judah Gray with the assist. Grove City outshoots Saint Vincent tonight 20-4. 9 shots on goal for the Wolverines, 2 for Saint Vincent. Grove City also a 9-3 edge in corner kicks. Keller Krieger, 2 saves for the shutout win, his 10th win of the year, his 5th clean sheet. Cameron Rock, he played well for Saint Vincent. 5 saves tonight, but was under duress a lot in the second half. Grove City wins this one 4-0, and that'll do it here at Don Lyle Field for now. We'll be back on in about half hour for the women's match, Grove City and St. Vincent. This is Ryan Briggs saying so long for now. We'll be back at 6:55 with the women's match here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you in 30 minutes here at athletics.gcc.edu.